3, 2, 1.
We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Grok Talk, brought to you by New Hampshire's leading conservative blog site, GraniteGrok.com. We are your feared extremist, right-wing, hard-charging, gun-toting, opinionated, outspoken, rabble-rousing, letter-writing, radio microphone stomping conservatives and rational libertarians. So get ready for more news and opinion you could only get from GraniteGrok.com.
Grok Talk.
Good morning. It was cold this morning. It was cold this morning.
Brisk.
So brisk is an iced tea. It was cold this morning. Welcome to Grok Talk. It is Saturday, September 26th. This is our last studio show for several weeks, so hopefully we'll pull it off. And everything else will work when we're on the road. If you heard it in the news read, next week we will be at the Southern New Hampshire University for a Federalism Forum. After that, the Republican Liberty Caucus Convention in Nashua. The week after that, we will be at the 603 Alliance Caucus in Hopkinton. And then the week after that, Area 23 here in Concord for Kirk McNeil and Kevin Bloom at their establishment, where we will be broadcasting live. I'm still waiting on confirmation for that, but I got the initial thumbs up. So, and then the 31st, we may be back in studio, because I haven't booked anything yet. But hey, it's still September, so you never know. But we are here this week. Don't forget to check us out on The Rock, NHCR.com. We're also on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Ustream, and of course, at GraniteGrok.com. So today we have Ian and Jody Underwood coming in.
Yeah, and if you want to make a donation, because we need to revamp some of our technical architecture, you can hit the donate button on GraniteGrok.com, or
you can go to patreon.com slash Grok Talk.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to...
I forgot the name.
And I think I'm going to try something on Indiegogo.
Okay.
I got kicked off a Kickstarter. They don't like us.
I wouldn't imagine that they would. I know we were talking about that on a couple other sites, and I never went to them because I knew that they would just say, no, you can't fundraise here. You're not appropriate, blah, 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 blah.
You're not a suitable person.
Right, you're not a suitable person.
They actually said that?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
So
they said
they denied you your pistol revolver license. Anyway.
Oh, no, that starts next month.
Jody and Ian Underwood are coming in. We're going to talk about Croydon. They are ignoring the Attorney General, which is what most people should do. We'll go over that with regard to school choice. And then we're going to have them stay in for a second segment to talk about all kinds of cool things, whatever they want to discuss, because they're really, really smart people and they have smart things to say, and we want to share that with you. Until then, Jane Cormier has joined us from New Hampshire Right to Life.
Hello.
Happy to have you on the program.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Hey, Jane, I'm going to ask you to just schlep your seat over that way just a little bit.
Seat? Okay.
Yeah, you're being hid by his head.
Oh.
Seat
And we want your profile and the Grok poster clearly on camera.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
It will be when Skip adjusts the cameras.
So what's new at New Hampshire Right to Life?
Oh, man, there are so many things going on right now with life in New Hampshire. It's overwhelming and hopeful all at the same time. How's that? We have a big gala banquet happening Thursday, October 8th at the Executive Court
40 Days
banquet.
for Life started
Absolutely.
a couple days ago.
Yeah, I got that here too. At the banquet, we have Josh Edmonds, who is from Georgia Right to Life. He's a young man that really has a lot of zest and has a great presentation, upbeat presentation. So he's going to be our special speaker for the banquet. And if anybody has interest in it, we're still taking, I believe, reservations into next week, and they can just go to www.nhrtl.org and get some information. That's going to be fun. That'll be my first one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'll be
fun.
that's
right.
Yeah.
As chair.
As chair.
As head,
Yeah,
head of the group.
Yeah. I also want to put out there that on Tuesday night in Concord, and in front of the State House, Planned Parenthood is having a counter-protest to stand up to these nasty people that want to defund their organization.
That's MoveOn.org and a bunch of other lefty groups are
growing together.
Are doing this thing to support Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
They're going to be at the State House, 8 p.m.
8
Tuesday
p.m.
night.
Yes, 8 p.m. inside the Plaza State
If
House.
you just happen to be walking past the
Yes.
State House and you accidentally congregate on the sidewalk,
accidentally pick up a sign.
yeah,
you
find
know-
a sign.
Just keep moving. And by the way,
Absolutely.
I wish to correct you on one little part of what you said.
What is it?
And that you describe people who are pro-life from the aspect of what the Planned Parenthood, the baby killers think. They think people like us are nasty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were wrong. We are not nasty. We are evil.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a range.
There is it literally is that divide, because one, we're painted as cold-hearted because we don't want to be part of the commutarianism that seems to be springing up, that we're all in this together. But the fact that you won't put women first because they just totally get rid of the idea of what a fetus is. It's
Right.
just mere tissue.
Yep.
So you are evil, Jane. Evil.
No. You know what, Skip?
for protecting babies.
I have to disagree with you. I'll tell you from doing this, I'll disagree with that premise just a little bit. I get exactly what you're talking about. However, having been in the trenches and having spoken to so many, there is a definite percentage, and it's not a small percentage, that are exactly what you say, Nazis, and cannot even they cannot even comprehend the other side of the story. But I'll tell you what, why I say it's hopeful, and I know that people might think I'm Pollyanna. I've spoken to a ton of people, many, many people, that believe misinformation and have believed what they've been given for all 35, 40 years on this subject. And those people are different. And they are not the minority in the people that are supporting Planned Parenthood.
I will agree with that, because for the longest time I was one of those uninformed people who didn't didn't want to pay enough attention to politics to be able to engage in it. So it was safer just to say, I don't talk about that. I don't know about that.
It's settled.
I wasn't even there with the settled thing. It's just it was don't talk about abortion, don't talk about religion, don't talk about politics.
You're right.
Just stick to other subjects, because I wasn't trained properly to understand them, and I didn't know how to debate, and I didn't have any of those skills. Yeah. So I didn't, I was basically whatever the media told me. I was pro-abortion. I was pro-choice. Pro-choice.
Right, which sounds
good.
And so
until I learned, and then I decided to have my own opinion instead of the one that I had been fed.
That's right.
And I became a lifer.
And this is why, the Students for Life organization in this country, Skip, and we even have one now in New Hampshire, is growing leaps and bounds. If everybody, and there was a point where you're correct, they held the left had such a stranglehold on this issue that everybody was just painted in that same color. But this young generation, wow, dare I say, gives me hope, because you know what? They're figuring it out. They're figuring out the lie they have been told because of technology, because of the ability to see that baby at 8 weeks with organs present.
Well, that's where the what is it? Progress in
Center for Medical Progress.
And all those videos that come out have helped.
Yes.
But Steve, you talked about I believed what the media told me, and that comes back to what you had said about that small group. That's not so much a small group that actually drove the narrative that drives the mainstream media.
That's correct.
That comes out. And look, one of the things that we as Republicans, almost every single Republican platform in the country, affirms life. And yet there were 8 Republicans, including Kelly Ayotte, that decided to vote with the Democrats. So here we go. Kelly Ayotte votes with Jeanne Shaheen.
Again, yeah.
So Kelly Ayotte, Scott Brown,
right.
Jeanne Shaheen, these 2 Republicans trying to out abortion, Jeanne Shaheen, who is the one of the biggest of that
I
minority.
think the seventh highest money maker in her she's the seventh highest political figure making the most money from the pro-abortion lobby in this country.
Yeah,
They're
so-
her biggest-
Which means that Jean Shaheen is directly funded by baby parts. Let's not mince.
Absolutely.
They're her
They're
biggest
mincing
funder.
babies. We won't mince words.
Narrell has given her close to, what, $1 million?
yeah.
It's a lot of
It
money.
might be 1.2 million.
So
I
Yeah.
forget.
Kelly Ayotte voting to help kill babies is my WTF of the moment. Thank you for reminding me that, because just before you came
it was in the newsread.
it was in the news.
Can I tell you that?
Because it wasn't worth going to a government shutdown to do this.
Well, that's the
We're
political
going to continue
canard.
to fight them in the courts and
Yeah,
lose.
but that's a lie. Didn't the House separate that out? I thought they
Well, they're
separated
having a vote,
it.
I believe, Monday.
They separated
in a
out
clean
the
bill.
planning, the defunding of Planned Parenthood from the actual other portion of the shutdown.
You know, if I was Boehner, the other reason to resign is no matter when he does the right thing, McConnell undercuts him anyway.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's no
and
loss or
again,
anything.
let me remind people that NHGOP committee man
Steve
Steve
Dupree.
Dupree.
Steve Dupree is one who gave money to Narrow
Yes, every year.
Action
Steve
Fund.
Baby Parts Dupree.
Well,
Steve,
how does
Steve
he feel
Baby
about?
Parts Dupree.
I often wonder how he feels about that donation now that he has seen these hideous videos, showing what they're perpetuating over there. It's mind blowing to
The
me.
correct answer is he didn't see them.
Yeah,
Well,
that could
and,
be.
and the question
be.
is, does he at this point regret it, and is he willing to stand up and say so? Because
No.
we'd be happy to hear from him if he would.
No,
He won't.
He's not, because with the exposure and that, just like Jim Foley had to go around and do the all New Hampshire apology for basically lying about his
Didn't work.
background. Didn't work. Too well.
I'm a scumbag. Scumbag. D-bag.
Yeah.
D-bag.
So
Okay.
Steve Dupree had to do the same thing, get on his knees and go to everywhere. And if he had had a change of heart,
Yeah.
we would have seen that.
No,
But
absolutely. Having met with him privately, I can tell you that he is staunch pro-choice, sees that as something that's his position, doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about it, that's not going to change, and he said it. So I believe him.
And we have to stop calling it pro-choice.
Oh, I know.
Let's call it what it really is:
That's-
pro-abortion. Because of all,
Pro-abortion, you're right.
here's another part of this.
Pro-death.
Yeah, let's call
Thousands
it
of-
the Freedom to Murder Act.
Yeah,
There you go.
thousands, if not millions, of women called Planned Parenthood and asked, "Can I schedule a mammogram?" Yes, giving lie to what the Planned Parenthood supporters and advocates have said for years and years and years.
I was
We
waving
give
at you.
mammograms.
Yes.
I thought you
Zero.
were.
Yes,
Zero.
zero. They don't do mammograms.
No, they
I'm
don't.
not the one talking.
No, you're not. And now you won't be. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. This is Grok Talk.
Grok Talk comes to you live almost every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on New Hampshire's leading conservative blog site, granitegrok.com. You can also listen live at Spreaker.com. If you missed a live show, catch up with the podcast at granitegrok.com, Spreaker.com, on Stitcher Radio, at iTunes, TuneIn, or iHeartRadio, and now on The Rock, New Hampshire's Christian radio station, therocknhcr.com. Grok Talk is a mobile-ready broadcast, so you can listen anywhere, anytime, on your PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone.
Rock Talk.